grab yourself some coffee or tea, and welcome to another video. Yeah, just enjoy. I'm going to study today some Japanese and basically explain how I've studied Japanese and how I study. And I'm just going to explain it like very shortly to give you an idea of how I studied Japanese, and because I want to focus on actually studying Japanese today. Oh my god, to be productive, hopefully, I don't know. So I started learning Japanese 3 years ago when I became interested in learning Japanese. The first year I tried to pick it up myself. It was actually very hard to figure out what I needed to study because I had to get an overview over what there was to this language. I was doing a lot of figuring out how to study it, and then I came across this book series called Anki. Like that's the second book of it. It has 2 books. And yeah, it's been really great. It has very good explanations, vocabulary and practice. And I came about to lesson 5 in the Genki series, and a lot of like basic sentences and basic vocabulary when it was time to take it seriously and to enroll myself in a Japanese course, an actual lesson, course lesson, an actual class, which I had once a week for the next year, and it wrapped up like everything I knew. It also gave me like a good basic skill on the knowledge of Japanese, and it was great because I actually studied a lot more than I did when I was studying alone. Because when you have like an appointment with a class, it's much harder to talk yourself out of it than when you have nothing planned and just are your own teacher. But the thing was that the class consisted of mainly like people over 60. So the pace in which we learned was very slow, and we had a lot of revisions of the most basic sentences. And I thought that maybe it was time to speed it up a little. So I got, through a friend of mine, in contact with my current teacher a year ago, and we have been studying first once a week, then it developed to every second day, and now it's back to twice a week. And we have been, because of quarantine, doing it via Skype. And we have been continuing the Genki series, in which is actually really good because, of course, you can learn it by yourself, but as a Japanese person herself, she can correct or clarify something that is not being taught very well here, and she can like update me on how the language has changed over the past 10 years, because this edition is from 2011. And also we talk a lot, which is very important to get your muscle memory and just to get confident in speaking language. And when I don't know a word, she basically translates it and I write it down. And I've been learning vocabulary and kanji. For those people who don't know, it's the, how do you call it? It's the characters originated from Chinese. Yeah, and basically I used this book to learn it. It had all the essential, almost 2,200 kanji, and it also has like some notes to it, or like good stories to remember it. And I've been using that book and a flashcard app called Anki to learn them. Anki's really awesome. It's like flashcards but online, and it really helps you with organizing your cards because it always brings the cards that you have difficulties with memorizing up more often, and it helps you to remember the flashcards. No, wait a minute. Oh, my brain is like freezing. And you should actually do it every day to keep up with the words and the flashcards, so that from a set deck you get like new cards that are shown to you every day, so you slowly work your way through the card deck. And yeah, I've been neglecting my card decks for a while, so yeah, I'm back with studying Japanese. I'm learning new words through this Nihongo Shark, now called Native Shark, Anki flashcard deck, which was, by the way, free, so I highly recommend that. Yeah, I've been practicing those. It has I think it contains the basic 2000 words. The thing is, it doesn't only show you the words, it shows a sentence in which the new word happens to be in. So you don't learn the word by itself, but you learn the context. So yeah, let's just begin with studying it. Wait, let me show you. It says, like, the sentence up there in kanji and hiragana, and then it says everything in hiragana, that's one of the alphabets, and then the translation, then it has some new words that occur in this sentence, and then it has an image to get it stuck in your head. So yeah, that was, I don't know if you can follow my explanation, but yeah, that's how I basically study now. Usually I listen to some music to make it a little more fun, because also what I learned from my first year studying Japanese is that if you want to keep on with studying something, you have to make it fun. Oh my god, my tea is getting cold. So, what was I about to say? I forgot. By the way, I'm sorry for the blinding lights that come from there, but my room is a little messy and I didn't want to show you the other part of my room, so yeah, we'll just have to deal with it today. Oh yeah, I was about to say that you really have to make your study sessions as fun as possible. Like, some people start off with watching one episode of anime to get into the mood of studying Japanese, but firstly, it's rather annoying to stop, and secondly, like, anime is not the best source of learning Japanese. So yeah, I usually listen to Japanese music. Oh, and learn Japanese music. That's what I like to do. Like learning the lyrics and the translations of it. We should really start. Yeah. あの本をどこに置きましたか? あの本をどこに置きましたか? どこに置きましたか? 彼女はいつ来ますか? 彼女はいつ来ますか? かつ。彼女は OL です。彼女は OL です。みんな一生懸命生きている。みんな一生懸命生きている。初めて。肩が凝りました。肩が凝りました。昨日の夜は家にいました。昨日の夜は家にいました。起こす。起こす。起こす。I really have like difficulties with the pitch accent, so it's really great to like hear when they say it, so that I can remember it correctly, how the pitch accent is. 閉じる。閉じる。あそこ。あそこ。明らか。明らか. Oh, that's new. Clear, obvious. Otearai. You know, some words I already know from some series. I recommend for those people who are studying Japanese to watch Terrace House, because that's really the series I've been into the past months. Terrace House is an unscripted reality show that follows 6 strangers moving in together as they build friendships and relationships. Meanwhile, 6 celebrities commentate and speculate with humor the happenings within the house. It's just really, once you start, you can't stop, and you really learn some day-to-day expressions, really useful ones. Yeah. So some of those words are actually not new for me. 10. 私たちはビデオゲームをした。私たちはビデオゲームをした。That's definitely one I'm going to use. 明らかに彼が悪い。明らかに彼が悪い。It's clearly his fault. 明らかに彼が軽い。彼が悪い。So, 明らか clearly, ni particle, 彼が he, and then 悪い, meaning bad, but here it means fault. Okay, I didn't know you can use it like that too. 大丈夫ですか? 大丈夫ですか? Man. 100. 来年一緒に旅行しましょう。来年一緒に旅行しましょう。一部。一部。一部。part. Okay. 私の弟は高校生です。私の弟は高校生です。治る。治る。私たちがその問題を調査しています。私たちはその問題を調査しています。調査しています。We're investigating that problem. It has that. There's a like really earnest looking man there. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. No. N. 悪い。人。いい。調査。彼女はいい友達です。彼女はいい友達です。小さい。天気。駅。始まる。変わる。So in my first year of studying Japanese, when I studied Japanese on my own, it was wasting time, it was wasting money by apps and books that I didn't need. And I'm going to make some videos about more specific tips so that you don't make the same mistakes as I did. But I have to say that I discovered this sounds so cringy, but I discovered myself more, like what type of learning works with me. Like, I have to make my lessons interesting, and what I need to work on, like the pitch accent, for example. So I think we're going to wrap it up for today. I'm not finished yet with my deck for today. I'm going to come back later to it, but this video is getting long and my tea is getting cold. So yeah, thanks for learning together with me, and yeah, see you in my next video. Bye!